Okay guys, it is the first day of March and I have some exciting news for you. For one, I have a hair appointment this week. I've had my hair with highlights for like a year now. And I just don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not me. It's cute and it was like a moment, but my natural hair is growing back in and it's like pretty dark, but not too dark. It's just like brown. And I want to go like darker than my natural hair color, but not black. So I don't know. We'll see. You'll find out whenever I talk to you again, probably, because I don't know if I'll talk to you before that. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. That's on Tuesday. But I did finish reading a book today. I accidentally listened to the whole audiobook today, but that is Clown in a Cornfield. I mentioned whenever, I don't remember if it was when I started this vlog or if it was when I did my TBR, but I was like 10% in the book already, so I felt a little cheaty, but it was barely any at all. So I sat down today and I listened to the whole audiobook and it was really good. I originally picked up the series because I had like seen it everywhere, but I've had it for a couple years. I don't know when this first book came out. 2021, so I've had it probably since then, or like 2022, but I just haven't had the urge to pick it up because I'm not really the biggest like slasher fan. But I saw Cassidy over with Covers with Cassidy talk about it a lot, and specifically the second book, and I think she just read the third book maybe, or she was talking about reading it, I don't remember. But yeah, she really likes the series, so I was like, what the heck. So whenever I got a prompt for it on my TBR, I put it on there and it was really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't 5 stars, but it was definitely 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I think I might have given it like 4.25. I don't really remember exactly, but it was really good. It's about this girl who moves to like this small town and there's like a lot of cornfields. I think it's in Missouri, I believe. I don't know, but she moved to this small town and she like meets this new group of friends, and like something tragic had happened right before she moved there, and then there's this big party and obviously slashing starts happen. I do think this makes some really good like political points. There's one like line in here that I don't know if it was trying to make a dig at one of the presidential candidates, but I'm pretty sure it was trying to make a dig. Well, not candidates, he is the president now, unfortunately, but my bad. I don't know if it was trying to make a dig at him, but it did, and that cracked me up. And it just like talks a lot about like the difference in generations and all that good stuff. So yeah, it was really fun. I hope I like the second one better. I almost skipped that whole book. But yeah, I did enjoy this. It just didn't quite like scratch the spot I was looking for. And the third book I think is about like a cult, and that sounds really interesting to me. So yeah, I'm gonna continue on with this series definitely soon, I hope, whenever I have the time. I don't even own the second book physically, so I probably need to get that since I enjoyed that one. But yeah, that is the first book I've read for March. And then last night I laid in bed, and this was after midnight, so it was technically like today, so it counts. But I laid in bed and read 74% of Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. This book is set in the same world as Still Beating by her. And if you don't know, Still Beating is like this tragic romance, and I gave it 5 stars. I think about it all the time and I want to reread it again. Honestly, this book just made me want to reread it more. But this is set in the same world, and it's about this little boy who was kidnapped when he was like 4 or 5, and he's been in like with his captor for 22 years now. So he comes back. Oh, my math is so off because he's 30 now. So he was kidnapped when he was like 7. But yeah, he's 30 now, and he comes home, and it's the story about him and the girl next door. They were like best friends before he got kidnapped. So it's about them like coming back together, and obviously a romance starts growing, and it is so good. Just seeing like, it's heartbreaking to say the least, but it is so good. It just like, I don't know. I think everything that Jennifer Hartman writes, it just like rips your heart out, but in the best way possible, because you like care so much for the characters, and just like, they're just little babies and I just want to give them a hug, and I love them. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how it grows. I'll probably finish that tonight when I lay down for bed. I don't know the next book I'm gonna start. I need to read the last book on my February TBR that I didn't finish, which is These Twisted Bonds, I believe. I think that's what it is. But I don't remember what the first book is about at all, so I need to find like a recap or something before I dive into that. But yeah, I need to hurry up and finish that one so I can like move on and just completely focus on my March TBR. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go do that. I'm gonna go eat something and probably do a little schoolwork, but I'll update you when I've read a little more. Hey guys, I'm back with an update. I do have a couple puppies playing right outside my window, so if you hear like barking, that's why. And I am also sickly because it is just that time of the year and there's nothing I can really do about it. So please just bear with me while I try to get through this real quick. But I'm halfway done with 2 books, neither of which were on my March TBR. One of them is from last month's TBR that I'm trying to finish up, and then one is just that I picked up because my library had the audiobook and I wanted something to listen to while I like drove to and from work and whatever. So, but it is a physical book that I own, so it is still getting down my physical TBR. So that one is The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. Like I said, I'm about halfway done with both of these books, but this one is pretty interesting. I really like sci-fi horror books. Like I really like Dead Silence, I think is the name of it, which is kind of a space horror, and this gives that vibes. I recently read Into the Drowning Deep, which I wanted to love, but I unfortunately didn't. But I am liking this more than I liked this one. This is about a girl who goes into like a cave expedition, but then once she gets down there, she figures out like it's not what she expected it was going to be, and like stuff starts happening and all that good jazz. This is different from a lot of books I've read though, because it is just following like 2 characters. Like it's the girl and then the woman who sent her on the mission, and those are like the only 2 characters we have seen in this, besides like we've been told about other characters or seen like them in like videos or something. But I've never really like read a book where it's just like 2 characters, but I am really enjoying it. I wouldn't really say it's scary at all yet. I don't know if it's gonna get scary. I hope it does, because that's the vibe. It says ghostly, mysterious, and terrifying. I haven't got to the terrifying part yet, but it is kind of mysterious. But yeah, it is kind of giving Dead Silence vibes, so I'm hoping it keeps that up, and hopefully I will love it. I can't really tell you much about the plot without spoiling anything, just besides she's on this like cave expedition, and yeah, it's good so far. I think so far it's probably like a 3.5 star or something like that, but I'll let you know whenever I finish it and what I think about it. And then the book I'm finishing up from last month's TBR is These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This is the second book to These Hollow Vows, I think it's called. So yeah, I'm also about halfway done with this one. I need to sit down and read some more of it today, but I don't think I can tell you the plot of this one because it's kind of spoilery, and I don't really remember much of the first plot. But it's basically this girl goes to the fairy realm, and she's kind of in like this love triangle with 2 princes that are her brothers, and it's like the good fairies and the bad fairies. And so yeah, it's like a love triangle between that, and then she has to like save the fairy kingdom or whatever, because that is every romantasy plot ever. So yeah, this is enjoyable. It is just basically every other romantasy ever combined into one. Like once you've read so many, they all kind of just start to blend into one. But yeah, it is good. It's the writing style isn't the most like sophisticated or whatever, but it's romantasy. It's kind of just like a good time, a book you can read and enjoy and then move on to the next one. So yeah, I'm having a pretty good time with it. I think I can finish it pretty easily once I actually sit down and get started reading the rest of it. I just have not had time to do that. But I did also, I'm not going to talk about it too much because I literally just started it last night. I was laying in bed and wanted something to read on my Kindle because I took a nap yesterday, so I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep soon. But I laid down on my Kindle and started reading Fourth Wing, and I am really excited about that. So probably I'm going to try to finish these 2 and then actually get started on that one so I can just like read it and enjoy the experience. But yeah, that's all the update I have for you now. I'm sorry for being sickly and sniffly and all that, but I'll let you know when I've read some more. Alright, I'm back with an update. I'm about to go to sleep, but before I did that, I wanted to let you know that I have finished The Luminous Dead, and I'm giving it a solid 4 stars. I did really enjoy this, especially the second half. I will say, this is classified as like a horror, and like all over it says like terrifying and all that, and I personally didn't think it was scary. There was maybe like one part where I was driving home and it was dark, and I'm already scared all the time when I'm driving home and it's dark, so I was listening to this and I got spooked out. But I don't know if that's because I was like, because of the book, or just because I was driving home in the dark. So other than that, I didn't find any parts of this scary. I will say the ending is what really made it a 4-star for me, like in a good way, because the ending is just like two emotional, like raw people who have been through so much, just like loving each other, and it's so sweet, and I love that, and I love the way it turned out. But yeah, I don't think it was that scary, but I really did love all the science of it. Like, that's what I wanted more of when I read Into the Drowning Deep, was like the science part, and I feel like we got that from this. It is definitely a science horror, even though I don't know if I would say it's horror. But yeah, like I said, it was really interesting just following these two characters, and because we are just following these two characters, we see so much of them and like learn so much about them. So like, yeah, I feel like they were done really well. I don't really know what else to say about this book, because we do just follow the two characters, and I don't know what to tell you without the plot, without like spoiling it. But I think I explained last time that it's about this girl who, it's like a different reality where there's like this planet and then off-world planets that have like different lives and stuff. Like our main character wants to go live on a garden planet or something, but this woman hires her to go down on this cave expedition, and our main character has like no experience at all, but she really wants to, because it's gonna give her like a lot of money so she can move to this garden planet. So she goes, and then once she gets down there, all this weird stuff starts happening, and she learns that like everyone who had went down before her had died. I think that's on the back, so it's not a spoiler. But yeah, she's down there, and we see the whole like, she can't tell what's reality and what her mind is making up, because she's been down in a cave by herself for so long. Like obviously at some point you do get delirious, and she can't tell like what she's actually seeing and what her mind is making up. But it also is kind of like that emotionally, which I think is done really well. Like she can't tell if what she's feeling to this other woman is real, or if it's just because she has had no human contact in so long. But yeah, I think just that whole dynamic is done really beautifully. Why did I say it like that? Really beautifully. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this book. It's a solid 4 stars. I definitely recommend it if you like science horror, if you liked, what's that book? Dead Silence? Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. But yeah, this was really good. I have the other book by the author of Dead Silence, S.A. Barnes, I think is her name. I have Ghost Station, and I think she wrote another one maybe, or I'm lying to your face, I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this genre, and I want to keep diving in to other parts of it. But yeah, I'm done with this book, so I'm going to set it aside. And then also, as I've been laying in bed, my little Kindle read that I've been reading every night is Fourth Wing, which I think I might have told you last time. But I'm about like 25% into it, so I don't have a lot to tell you other than I understand why everyone loves this book. Like, I'm a little too early to like say too much about it or like tell you that I love it, but like it's really good so far. Like the dragons, I'm loving it. I love like learning all the history of it, and I know a lot of books, people say like they feel like the world building is just like dumped on them, but I love the way that we're seeing it like through the character, because like the way she calms herself is by like reciting facts that she knows, so we're kind of like learning about the world through that, and I feel like that's done really well. And yeah, I'm just loving everything about it so far. We obviously have met our male love interest, and yeah, it's just very like found family, dragons. I love it. So that's all I have to tell you for now. I'm gonna lay down in bed and read some more of that, and Oh, I'm listening to Belladonna on audiobook, but I'm not far enough in to tell you anything about that. So the next time I'll update you, I'll probably update you on those two, and we'll find out what else I'm reading in this vlog. Okay guys, it's been a minute since the last time we spoke, so I wanted to give you a couple of updates. I don't remember if I talked to you about either of these books in the last clip, because I honestly don't know what was going on in the last clip. I don't remember anything ever, so get used to that. But I finished Belladonna, and I think I gave it 5 stars. It's sad that I can't remember that, and I finished it like 2 days ago. But I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. I originally picked this up. Well, it's a really popular series, but it's like my sister's favorite series ever. And I love that she has gotten into reading because she's like my built-in book best friend. So, of course, I had to read one of her favorite series. So I picked this up. And I did love it, and honestly just the whole experience of like talking about it with her, like as I was going through, like texting her like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened, like it just made it so much better. So I think that is part of the reason I gave it 5 stars, but I don't care, it's still like how I feel about this book. So yeah, it's basically this girl can see death and see like ghosts, and she basically like can't die. Like anytime she dies, she just like sees death and then comes back to life. So she, like, everyone that she is around keeps dying essentially, so she keeps getting passed off from family member to family member because they all keep dying. So she eventually winds up at this one family member's house, and he is alive, but his wife recently died and his daughter is dying. I think that's not a spoiler, I think it's on the back. But yeah, she is trying to she thinks that they have been poisoned. And so it's basically like a murder mystery, which I didn't know going into it, of her and Death and a couple other characters trying to figure out who poisoned this family. And it is really good. The plot twist I did not see coming at the end. That's the part I was texting my sister like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But yeah, it was so good. So yeah, I gave this one 5 stars. And then the next read, I also gave 5 stars, which was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Yeah. What do you want me to say? Like, everyone knew I was giving this 5 stars because everyone gives this book 5 stars. But yeah, it's so good. Like, I need dragon recommendations after When the Moon Hatched and then this. Like, give me all the dragons. I'm pretty sure the only other dragon book I have, like, obviously there's dragons in Zodiac Academy, but like not the same. And then there's dragons in The Priory of the Orange Tree, but I'm pretty sure those are the only other books I have with dragons. So I need all the recommendations for good dragon books. But yeah, this is about this girl. Basically, everyone, when they turn 18, instead of going to like college, they go to like this school essentially, but there's like 4 different quadrants. I only really know about 2 because I didn't pay attention to the rest, but there's like the riders who ride the dragons, and then the scribes who are like the historians or whatever, and I forgot what the other 2 are, but those are the only ones I really talk about. And so our main character grew up her whole life thinking that when she got to the school she was going to be a scribe, but then her mother forces her to join the writers quadrant, so she's like completely unprepared and like at a major disadvantage from all these other people around her. So we follow her struggling to survive because this school is like deadly. Like, they do not take it easy on you at all. So yeah, we see her like trying to survive and finding her little group of friends. There are some like absolutely heartbreaking parts of this because obviously at this school where people die all the time, like any connection you form could be broken. So yeah, it is sad, but it was also really beautiful. I don't understand how I'm not gonna like the second book because so many people don't like the second book, but after this I don't understand how. Like, I don't know. I think I just need to read the second one, but I'm scared. But I feel like anything that has these characters in this world and these dragons, like, I'm gonna love it. But everyone hates the second book. I don't know why. So yeah, we follow her like getting through the school and surviving and then bonding to her dragon. I don't know why I did that. Bonding to her dragon, and yeah, it's really good. That's all I'm gonna say because I feel like anything else could be spoilers. But yeah, I want to read the second book right now, but I can't because I have to finish this month's TBR. So I think the next book I'm going to pick up is the second one in the V.E. Schwab middle grade series, because I have that on my library's like audiobook thing, and it said it was like 6 hours long, and I listened to them on like 2 times speed, so that'd be like 3 hours. So like I could easily do that tomorrow, like after school. So that's probably going to be the next book I read, and then I'll only have one more book to read for this month, which is awesome because the month is only like halfway over, and normally it like my month carries over into like the next month, which I am still reading These Twisted Bonds. Is that what it's called? I forgot. But I'm like 70% through with that. I'm slowly but surely making my way through it. I'm just reading the physical book. I don't have like the Kindle or the audiobook though, and I never have time to read physically. So that's why it's taking me so long to get through it. But I promise I am going to find time to sit down and just read it so I can finish it and tell you guys what I thought. But yeah, those are my updates on these 2 books, and that's all I really have to talk to you about right now. But thanks. Okay guys, it is the very next day, and I do have updates for you. I've had a really bad mental day and just a lot of things going on. So I read 2 whole books today. Yeah, I forgot to check in with you and like let you know when I was halfway done and all that. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of bad at this, but it's fine. The first book that I completed in its entirety today is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. She's the author of the Serpent and the Wings of Night series as well. I'm really excited to read that one, especially after reading this. So this is about this girl who escapes from slavery, and she goes to basically join like what is their military, I guess. So she goes to this training, and the only person available to train her is this grumpy guy that doesn't want to train her, but he does. So we follow them and her like slowly getting stronger and all that. And then like once she has graduated that and goes to take like the main test, the government essentially wants to use her as a weapon because she's like so powerful. So yeah, she basically escaped slavery only to be used again. So we're following her, and it's obviously a love story between her and the grumpy guy who didn't want to train her in the beginning. But I ended up giving this 4.25 stars. It could have been higher, but I listened to it on audiobook, and the audiobook narrator just didn't do it for me. Like, I don't know. She was trying to do her accent, but she, like, most of the time when our main female character was talking, the audiobook narrator was using, like, a baby voice, and, like, it just wasn't doing it for me. And also the way that she voiced the male main character was not attractive at all. So yeah, it honestly could have been like a 4.5 or 5 stars if I would have read it physically. So I think I am going to read the other 2 physically, even though they are chunky. But yeah, I finished this, gave it 4.25 stars, and I'm definitely going to continue the series. I'm not sure when, but yeah, I just got all 3 of these actually. I am on a book buying ban, but this was a special case, I would say, because these just got announced that they're getting new covers because they're getting traditionally published, and these original indie covers are stunning. So I did get the indie covers before they were like pulled off the market, but that's the only reason I bought them. But yeah, I'm really glad I did because I enjoyed it, and maybe one day I'll like reread it physically and that'll up my enjoyment some more. But yeah, this is the first book I read today. And then the second book I read today was a book that was actually on my March TBR. I'm in the middle of one of the books for this month, and then I'll only have one more left. So I'm doing really good because it's only like the 17th, I think. I don't know what day it is, that's sad. But the second book I read was the second book in the Cassidy Blake series by V.E. Schwab. So the second book is Tunnel of Bones. I just have the bind up of all 3 books, but I've read the first 2 now, and I only have the third one to go. I also gave this a 4.25 stars, which is a little, I don't remember what I gave the first book, but these are like middle grade, but they are so good. This one's about a girl named Cassidy Blake, and her parents are like historians and paranormal ghost hunters. And in the first book, we see them get accepted for this TV show. So for this season of the TV show, they go to Paris and explore the catacombs, and they're like talking about all the ghosts and all the tragic things that have happened there. And one of the spirits starts following Cassidy So she has to figure out how to like communicate with it and send it on. So we follow her and her best friend who's a ghost, Jacob, and then her best friend who's also a ghost hunter named Lauren, I believe, or Laura. I don't quite remember. But then we also get a new little best friend character who lives in Paris, who's really cute. She's a little younger, and it kind of just gives like little sister vibes. But yeah, she is a new character we get to see. And we also learned Jacob's backstory in this character. We also learned Jacob's backstory in this book, which we didn't get in the first one. So I did really like that. And I just think overall this series is very like cute. It has a lot of like, I don't know, just found family, and just like the relationships are so sweet and like innocent, and they're just like kids hunting ghosts, but like, yeah, I just love it. It's really good. They are so easy to read. I think I read this one in like 3 hours. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna read the third book. I don't know when, probably not anytime soon. It's been a couple years since I read the first one, but I think they're good books to kind of just like save for a little while and then pick them back up. They're good like palate cleansers. So yeah, those are the 2 books that I read today. So I think the next book I'm probably going to talk to you about is These Twisted Bonds. Hopefully. I'm almost done with that book. I only have like 20% left. So hopefully that's the next one that I finish. But I also need to read for this month Tenders the Flesh. So hopefully those are the last 2 books that we read in this video. Well, hopefully not the last 2, because there's still like 2 weeks of this month. But hopefully those are the next 2 that I talked to you about. Alright guys, I have some updates for you. I feel like every time I do this, I'm talking to you about multiple books because I'm just really bad at updating you. And it's not even that like I don't want to update you, it's just that I don't have time. Because like I finish a book and go into the next one, and that, like when I'm not reading, I'm doing other stuff, so I can't just sit down and film and talk to you about it. But I am trying my best. So I did finish These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan, which is the sequel to These Hollow Vows. In this book, a girl is basically in like a love triangle between these 2 men, and she gets dragged into the Fae world somehow and has to figure out how she's involved in all that and how to use her magic. So it's basically like every other popular romantasy right now, but this one was really enjoyable. It was a really long time since I read the first one. I read the first one like right after it came out. And this one has been out for a while too. I'm just really bad about reading the books that I own, obviously. So yeah, I finished this. I gave it like a 4 stars, I think. It was really enjoyable. It was super fast paced, which you can't tell because it took me literally like a month to finish it. But yeah, this was a book off my February TBR that I just got around to finishing. So it was good. Like, I enjoyed the romance. I think it's YA. There's not really like any spice. There's like one kind of spicy scene, but it's like closed door. Like after they kiss, we don't see what happens really. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. Like, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'd recommend if you want like a fast-paced romantasy. Obviously read the first book first, but yeah, it was pretty good. I couldn't tell you which of these guys is the guy she ends up with because I don't know what either of them look like. I think that's told in the first book, and then they don't like recap it in the second book, so I don't know which one of these is who, but it doesn't matter, I guess. And then I read a whole book, which was Mile High by Liz Tomford. Everyone loves this series except for the first book. Like, literally everyone will tell you, don't read the first book, just read all the other ones. And I honestly don't understand why. I really enjoyed this book. Like, I gave it a 4 stars as well. It's about this flight attendant, Stevie, who is working, she's a flight attendant for like a hockey team. So she like is the flight attendant on all their flights wherever they go to play. And then the male main character is one of the hockey players. His name is Evan, but they call him Xanders, which is his last name, I guess. So yeah, it's about them falling in love, obviously, but they're not supposed to be in love. And yeah, we just get to see them grow. And I love the sibling relationships in this. Like, we see a lot of Stevie and her brother, and then Xander's, and not really his brother, but one of his teammates that's like his brother. And we just see so many like close family dynamics that I loved in this book. And also Stevie is like obsessed with dogs. She works at this dog shelter, and all of like the scenes at the dog shelter just like warm my heart so much. So yeah, it's really cute. It's really sweet. I don't really understand why people don't like this. If there's something I don't know, like, please enlighten me, because I did enjoy this book. So it definitely made me really excited to read the rest of them. I'm pretty sure there's a new one coming out this year, and everyone's super excited for that. So I do need to get the rest of them. This is the only one I own physically, but I guess I could read the rest of them on like my Kindle and buy them later if I wanted to. So yeah, I don't really know how to describe this book to you without spoiling anything other than saying like it's a hockey romance and a flight attendant. So yeah, it was good. Okay guys, I'm here to give you my final thoughts and wrap up this March reading vlog. I genuinely think I'm gonna have to start going to like every other week instead of a full month because I've read so many books this month that this video is like almost an hour long. So I'm gonna try to cut that down as much as I can. But I've read 2 more books and then I'm going to say my goodbyes because today is the last day of March. But I read it over a couple of different nights. I've just been so busy that I wasn't able to update you. So I did read Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This one was actually a book from my February TBR, I believe it was. It's just this cute little Christmas tree farm romance. It's this girl who bought a Christmas tree farm and she enters into this contest where like this big social media woman comes and like tours these little small businesses basically, and she like recommends them to people, and like the winner of the contest wins a lot of money. So she enters the contest, but she puts on her papers that her and her boyfriend own the farm together. So she enlists her boy best friend to become her fake boyfriend while they are on this TV show contest together. So it is like a fake dating, friends to lovers situation. This is basically just a Hallmark movie in a book form, although this is spicier than Hallmark movies. I wouldn't say this book is extremely spicy, but there are spicy scenes in there, and I did really enjoy this. I gave it 4 stars. I should have read this around Christmas time or in the winter, which to be fair, I did put it on my TBR in February when it was still like snowing here, but I just couldn't live with the fact that I hadn't finished a book on one of my TBRs for this year. So I went ahead and picked it up and finished it, and I did really enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. I loved our main character. I loved the male main character. They were so cute together. A lot of people say they don't like friends to lovers because you don't really get to see like the whole buildup of them like growing together or whatever. But I have read multiple friends to lovers books and I really liked them, especially this one. I guess I just don't have that problem. I'm just like a hopeless romantic, so I love love. I love all kinds of love. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Solid 4 stars. I'm excited to continue on with the series. I don't think the other ones are Christmas related, so maybe I'll enjoy one of those more. I own the second one and maybe the third one. I think just the second one, but I believe there's 4 out now. So I'm excited to continue that series. But then the last book I read was on my March TBR, and that is Tender is the Flesh. I literally just finished this like before I came in here, and I am flabbergasted to say the least. This book was on my 25 to read in 25, so I am getting that list down slowly. I don't know what to say, like, I don't know. Let me just tell you what this is about. So basically, in this world, all animals are infected with like this virus, so humans aren't able to eat them anymore. They basically like kill all animals, including like pets, like dogs, cats, hamsters, like all that stuff. So slowly it becomes like this human meat market because people still, scientists say like people still need to eat meat to be able to survive and thrive and all that. So they have these slaughterhouses for humans, and the people in these slaughterhouses aren't viewed as humans. They're viewed as like meat or head. So yeah, he's like one of the higher ups in one of these slaughterhouses, and it is disgusting. It is very graphic. It explains very clearly how they process the humans, like the whole process, and it is crazy. But yeah, he works in one of these plants, and basically in like the beginning of the book, he is gifted a head, which obviously when he was gifted it, his friend was like, here's his head, you can like raise her, not really raise her because she's grown, but you can like kill her and eat her and all this stuff, like you're welcome. But the guy does not kill her and eat her. He decides to keep her. And this book just explains why I hate men. I loathe men. I mean, in this book, it's not only men that are the problem. Women are, like, not good in this too. But yeah, I hate men. It is so disgusting. I can't even tell you what happens. And that makes me so mad because it's, like, one of the, not really twists, because, like, you see it gradually, like, happen. But just, like, this is not where I thought this was going. Like, the synopsis says, little by little, he starts to treat her like a human being. That is a lie. Like, what do you think that being treated like a human being means? Because, yes, he stops treating her like a head of cattle, but he does not start treating her like a human being. I can promise you that. Like, I think that's what this book is about. Like, what do you think is okay to, like, do to another human being? Like, that's the whole question in this book. Like, where do you draw the line? I hate it. I hate it. I don't even know how to rate this book because I don't want to give it like a 1 star. It was like a good, well-crafted book and it made me feel so much. But I don't want to give it like a 5 star because what the heck is this book, you know? So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I want to put it on my Goodreads and my Fable, but to do that I have to rate it. But I don't know what to rate it because, like, I don't know. This book is not at all what I thought it was going to be. And I don't regret reading it. And I will say, like, it's a lot. I went into this expecting a horror, and I wouldn't say this is a, like, scary horror as much as it is, like, a human horror. Like, people really do that to each other. Like, even though it is obviously not normalized today to eat people and, like, do the things that he does to this woman, people still do that. Like, cannibalism is real. Doing what he did to this woman is real, and that is insane that that happens in the real world. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm not going to rate it right now. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. I'm just going to say it's a 3 star because 3 is, like, in the middle. Technically 2.5 is in the middle, but it's just right in the middle. Like, it is not, the things that happen in this book is horrible, but this is not a horrible book, but it is also not anywhere near a 5 star. So I'm gonna give it a solid 3, I think, and just not talk any more about the rating because I don't know. I'm sorry if, like, that didn't explain very well what was going on, but, like, it's only 200 pages. I can't tell you much without spoiling it. You just need to read it for yourself. But honestly, I don't even know if I would recommend that book. Like, if that's something you're into, then I guess I would recommend it because obviously I thought it was interesting and I picked it up. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm glad to have read it and got it off my physical TBR. I'm not gonna unhaul it or anything. I don't know if I would reread it in the future. Possibly, like, very far down the line. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there and wrap everything up. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Follow along next month. I might be doing 2 vlogs that are each like 2 weeks instead of doing 1 monthly vlog because, like I said, this video is insanely long. And yeah, I'm gonna also try to get better at not just yapping the whole time, like putting clips of, like, me reading in between or something, or doing, like, something in my everyday life so it's not just, like, sit down me talking constantly. But yeah, I will let you go and see you in the next one.